if anybody has any questions or thoughts or observations, I'm obviously here now to address them, or we could also do them after the webinar is completed.
I
Yeah,
have one
Tim.
question, uh, which I'm not sure how fully on topic it is, but um, some of the software providers, the SaaS providers, have been there's been some kind of worries about them, but particularly in the financial markets recently, about them being threatened by AI, specifically by Claude, I think it was. Um, I just wondered whether you had any thoughts on that and on that how that might affect the way that tech companies are thinking.
Yes, so Claude is in the chat GPT, isn't it? It's
Yes, I
generative
mean
AI. Yeah.
specifically it was some of these companies like I don't know the Salesforce and things like that. I think the concern was basically um it's become easier to create the kind of software that these companies have developed, and therefore they might, that they might be in a vulnerable position to lots of lower cost competition from people who have created similar softwares from quickly through AI.
Yeah. So it's actually what the technology scenario is that it's actually opened up the market. It's changed the competitive landscape, hasn't it?
Yeah,
So I think it's the CEO in that situation has to react to that very much in the form of um, strengthening the products, identifying the difference between these low cost market entrants, perhaps through all the after sales support, and just it's a defensive strategy. I suppose unfortunately it's a new reality, isn't it? That in so many different areas, this ability to generate content and create new sort of new competing products is just a feature of the CEO landscape. But it's absolutely very much just leaning on that customer experience and focusing on those your existing customer base, and then perhaps try to discredit some of these new market entrants. I did actually have a point going in slight tangent but related. I had an interesting conversation with someone this week about um, software as a service, and a shift back towards slightly more on-premise technology solutions as
mm,
being something that enterprises want, and it's related to the geopolitics of just keeping our IT systems within the organization where there's slightly better control, and particularly
mm,
around this data sovereignty as well. So perhaps concerns that our proprietary business data might be offshored in another geography, and we might want to sort of bring some of our technology back in house and on premise. So that's something as well, like as well as the point you made about the SaaS leaders having to deal with sort of low cost market
mm.
entrants. They're also having to deal with perhaps this shift back toward a little bit of a shift back towards on-premise solutions based on the geopolitics that's in the news every day.
Yeah, but I think what some people have suggested this concern might be overblown because of the depth of the relationship that these providers have with a lot of their enterprise clients or can have. So maybe it'll push more, more focus and more market intelligence around those customer relationships, really knowing their customers so well, because just because there's an equivalent product out there, it doesn't mean that people are necessarily going to big companies are necessarily going to adopt it easily. There's a lot that goes into those decisions and those relationships, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it may be these low-cost entrants perhaps open up some newer, cheaper market opportunities that the
Mm.
bigger vendors could take advantage of further down the line once there's a bit of market traction. But you would think they're unlikely to displace, given that SaaS is such a critical piece of software in a large enterprise. You think the newer entrants would be unlikely to displace those because of, I mean, as I said, all the security implications, all the changing environment because of automated attacks and things like that. That's going to mean that larger enterprises will stick with the tried and trusted you, given that they'll be better placed to handle those issues.